Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time seeing me. My name is Morgan, and in today's video we are going to talk about my PRK experience. Just to give you guys a little backstory, I started wearing glasses when I was in the first grade, so since I was 6 years old. So my entire life, all I've known is either wearing glasses or wearing contacts. And my prescription at the time of my surgery was a -7. So that means my vision was really bad. I've known for a while that I would have been a good candidate for LASIK eye surgery, but I was scared. I didn't like touching my own eyes. I didn't like people touching my eyes. Every time I went to the eye doctor to get my eyes dilated, I would just freak out. You know those machines, like the older machines that would go in your eye? Those used to always freak me out. So I just never thought that I would be brave enough to do it. But my friend Ashley, she got the surgery done, and she was really the main one who convinced me. So January of 2018, I scheduled my free consultation, because consultations are free, and I went to the Lasik Vision Institute in Plantation. So for all my Floridians out there, I went to the office in Plantation because that's where my friend went. And so I was at the office for my consultation for a few hours, and at the end of it, I sat in the manager's office and she said, okay, we can schedule your appointment for next Saturday. All I had to do was put down a $100 deposit, and then once the surgery was complete, I would pay for the rest of it. So I scheduled the appointment because I know myself, and if I didn't just put down the money and schedule the appointment, I was going to chicken out basically. So I just did it, and then I called my mom, and she was like, no, I want to fly down there and be with you for your first 5 days because you're not going to be able to see. So I wound up pushing my surgery to February 10th of 2018. So my mom flew in the night before the surgery, and then, you know, we just got a good night's rest, and then Saturday morning we woke up and we went to the office, and there were so many people in there. It was literally like a cattle call. They're just calling people's names, and people just getting up, going to the back, going to the back. So finally it was my turn, and for some reason once I got there, I wasn't too nervous anymore. And then they called my name, and I went in the room, and my mom was able to be in there, so she actually recorded the entire procedure. So I'm gonna insert that footage at the end. So if you are squeamish, just don't watch it, because honestly I can't even watch it. So when you watch my procedure, you're gonna see me when they put the drops in my eyes, like I jump, because like I said, I don't like anything touching my eyes, in my eyes, nothing. So you see me jump and everything.
Hey, I have PRK. It's the easiest thing, okay? So you're gonna open your eyelids like this, okay? So I want you to don't squeeze a lot, just relax.
You see him constantly trying to like move my face and steady me. You'll hear him say, open your eye, keep your eye open. Just me and my eyes. I honestly to this day don't know how I did the surgery, but in any regard, so I went in the back, they put the numbing drops in, and literally the entire procedure took maybe a little less than 10 minutes. And so I had PRK done. So there's LASIK and then there's PRK. So because my vision was so bad, that is what, you know, my surgeon chose for me, PRK. So basically what that is, so in traditional LASIK, they will actually, you know, bring your flat back, the thin layer on top of your cornea, they'll bring it back, you know, do what they need to do, and then attach the flat back. PRK, the epithelium is just completely removed. So there's no bringing a flat back and then attaching it. It's just completely removed. And they do what they need to do. And at the end, they put a contact bandage on it. And then those epithelial cells are going to grow back within a few days or within a week or so. So that's the main difference between the surgery as well as the healing time. So with LASIK, the healing time is a lot shorter. And with PRK, the healing time can be pretty long. And there's more risk of infection after PRK. But in the long run, PRK winds up being a little better because you don't have to worry about any complications with that flap just, you know, detaching, you know, because that is a risk with the LASIK. So there's pros and cons to both. But surgery, I literally got up from the table and I could see, and I started crying. I started crying and everybody got a little emotional with me. The doctor wound up giving me a hug after, and he said, this is why I do my job, because I could see, you know, I've always either worn glasses or contacts since I could remember, and this was the first time I didn't have anything helping me see. So I cried, and then they were like, no, stop crying, the salt, stop crying. So I had to suck it up and stop being so emotional. And then I went home. So I'm going to briefly touch on the recovery. So the recovery for me was easy. I felt no pain. I didn't even pick up the pain meds that was prescribed to me. My mom was like, my mom doesn't play with pain medication. So she said, if you're in pain, I'll go pick it up for you. But until it happens, there's no need for it. Even my doctor said, honestly, he was like, you can just use Tylenol or ibuprofen. But luckily, I didn't need any of that. The only word that I could use to describe how I felt after my surgery is uncomfortable. It was so uncomfortable. My eyes were constantly watering. You know that sensation when you're about to cry? That's just how I felt the entire time. I was so uncomfortable. And then obviously I had to stay in the house, and I was just getting, you know, a little antsy from being in the house, but I did not experience any pain. So immediately the day after the surgery, you go back to the office and they just want to check for that infection. And if you have any, you know, issues, they can talk about it right then and there. So literally everybody from the day before was in the office bright and early in the morning. They just quickly check you, make sure you're all good, no infection, and then you go home. So then my mom stayed with me for the first few days. I didn't go to work that Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, but I did go back to work on Thursday. I could not see. Your vision does, even though I could see right after the surgery, my vision did go back to being blurry. That's, you know, very normal. That's how it's supposed to be. So my vision went blurry again. So even when I went back to work, I could not see, but I was just there anyway. I didn't drive for the first week, so I didn't drive again until the next Monday. And then that Friday after my surgery, I went back in, they removed the contact bandage. And once they removed the contact bandage, that's when my vision, right then and there, I was like, okay, my vision is getting better. And then that Saturday, I remember I woke up in the morning, and it's like when you get a fresh pair of glasses or a fresh pair of contacts, that's how it seems. So I felt really happy about it. And then that weekend after, I don't know what I did or what happened, but all of a sudden I felt like I had a rock in my eye and my eyes were watering. I could barely open my right eye, and I'm like, okay, you know, I'm putting drops in. I'm like, okay, maybe it'll flush out whatever it is, and it never did. So it was either that Monday or Tuesday. I went to work, and I was driving at this point, but I went to work and my eye hurt because it felt like I had a rock in it. So my friend at work wound up taking me to the office, and come to find out I had a piece of lint stuck on my cornea. So the doctor went in, removed it, she put some drops on, and once she did that, I was all good to go. So other than that, I had no pain, I had no issues. I could say that probably within like 2 weeks I was out and about. I know I read some cases where some people wore glasses for like 6 months after their surgery, but ever since I got the surgery, I haven't worn glasses, I haven't worn contacts, nothing. So if you are scared, don't be scared. I feel like honestly, if I can do it, anybody can do it. That was the best decision I have ever made. It is about 1.5 years later, and every day I wake up so thankful that I got the surgery done. At the time, as far as pricing goes, at the time there was a Groupon. At the time it was $1,395, so $1,395. It's not that anymore. I had a coworker who maybe a few months ago went to the Lasik Vision Institute and got the procedure done, and I think the Groupon was $1,795. But honestly, if in 10 years I need to get a touch-up and it's $3,000, I will get it again. It is so worth it. And if you are young, do not wait. I got it done as a 27-year-old, and I wish I would have gotten it done when I was about 21. But it's okay, you know, you do things when you're ready. But even if I just change just one person's mind to go getting the surgery, like, please, 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 please go get it done. It was the best thing I've ever done, the best $1,400 I've ever spent. And yeah, so now you're gonna see the procedure, because if you're like me, you like to see things before you get it done. So if you want to watch it, you know, please continue watching it. But thank you for listening to my story. And like I said, even if I change just one person, I will be very grateful. So if you want to get it done, or you have gotten it done, you know, leave me a comment, share your experience, and thank you guys for watching.
little anxious because you could, it's good because you could hold something like that, okay? I'll have Jesse give it to you.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
She wants the monkey?
Yes.
Change your mind?
Yeah.
How about the blanket? You want the blanket?
No, I'm getting a little hot.
Okay.
When I get nervous, I get hot.
Squeeze the monkey. There you go.
more anesthetic. Remember that little pressure I told you? Just look straight. Just look straight. There you go. Just keep looking straight. You're doing great. Okay? Doing great. I love some cold water.
Right eye is ready. 13-second treatment.
Perfect. Almost.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Treatment complete.
There's some medicine on this one. You can see I'm going to open this one.